Fischer. How you doing, my guy? G'day, I should say.
Good day. I'm doing well. It's 7:05 in the morning in London. I have a new song out, which is so good. It's so nice to finally be on the the rollout, if you will. And yeah, I feel really good. We announced the tour, my first Australian live shows in forever, and it's things feel good. Things feel really good.
Okay, well, let's start at the start of this impressive list. The new song, All My Loving. How you going to celebrate today? What are you doing? What's plans?
What's planned? I am first gonna get a coffee. Then I'll probably take a shower. Coffee, then shower. Then I'll probably like hit stream 100,000 times today. I'm gonna go into King's Cross in London, and we're going to do a little public
Pop up?
situation. A little
Okay.
pop up, maybe a little like flower situation. It's gonna be real cute. And then tonight I'm just gonna see some best friends and just celebrate. Just keep it low key. I got off tour a couple of days ago, and it's just been nonstop. So it's nice to finally like get to release day. I'm gonna go see my team and thank them profusely, and then go and drink some really good.
I love that. I also love that I've got pre-shower, pre-coffee Sam here. Oh, they work you hard. Not only pre-coffee, but he hasn't even
I
showered yet.
I gave it away, but look, my hair looks good, right?
But guys, he
Had a
woke
little-
up like this.
I got the
Like,
I got the pearls, so
mm-hmm.
I've got I've got my Chevy, my
Chevy
alter ego that.
Nova.
So when I was on tour, this is a fun
Yeah.
fact. When I was on tour, my band decided that my like alter ego on stage is Chevy Nova. So it's Chevy. You're getting Chevy Nova this morning.
Wait, so is that custom? Did your band make that for you? Or did you have this and then they were like, that's you. That's
I
you embodied.
I had this like it's giving fashion, but it's also like comfortable, and it just says this giant Chevy Nova, and so like Beyonce becomes Sasha Fierce, I become Chevy Nova.
Again, look at us with all these Beyonce references. He woke up like this. His alter ego. We're getting album 7 soon. Is the stars aligning? Do we reckon we're getting a Sam Fisher feature in the horizons? Because I'm
Girl,
manifesting. I'm manifesting.
I would cancel my own album to be on the Beyonce one.
Don't do that.
No,
Okay,
no,
let's get back to your music though, because that's what we're here to talk about. What I love about All My Loving is that it's a very like it's dancier, it's anthemic. But am I right in saying that this is almost a like redemption song? This is like someone being like, "We've done bad, let's come back to good."
yeah. Oh, it's not like we've done bad, it's like you've done bad,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
be better. And I was like, okay, I will. Yeah, right before I wrote this song, I had a conversation, and it was basically someone saying to me, you need to like take a long, hard look in the mirror and have a really honest conversation with yourself. And I was like, as a songwriter, I took it to heart. As a human, as a songwriter, I was like, there's a song in there. And so I like went into the session with Steve Mack, and so when I write, it always comes from an honest place. There's always like a deeper meaning or whatever. And Steve is a pop god. Like he wrote Shape of You. He like did sold 40 million records with Westlife. He did Happier for Bastille. Like
Big
he's
deal,
just
big deal.
he's like the UK Max Martin.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, listen, you are like up tempo banger pop god Steve Mack. So I want to write an up tempo banger with you. And he goes, okay, great. Don't think, just write. And I was like, okay. So I had this nugget of a concept from this conversation that I just had, but really, I just wanted to write a banger. So it's pop. It's like there is obviously emotional content in it, but I really just I really like I wanted to write an up tempo banger that came from the surface and like lands in your heart. You know what I mean?
I love that. Top down is what you're going for. And then also it's like it's a nice push and pull in that sense. Where it's like you come for the beat but then you stay for the lyrics, you know?
There you go.
Mm.
100%.
Mm.
100%.
So you mentioned it just before. We had Hopeless Romantic last year. We had a sling of other singles. What's this all in the lead up to? Is this an album? Is that what you're talking about? You're going to cancel your album? Is there an album coming?
I did say that. Yeah, of course.
Mm.
I mean, I yeah, yeah. There's a project, and it is really dope. It's the first time when I've really been able to put out a single and know what's coming next. Um, and really know what's coming next and know that there is a whole cohesive uh project and like year of songs leading up to something which will package itself and look like an album.
I'm picking up
I
what
have
you're
a
putting down.
I,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I have a title for it. And it's really, really exciting. It's like a whole sonic journey for people to grasp. And like over the last 2 years, it's been interesting putting out music. And I think Ed Sheeran said it best when it felt like putting out music over the pandemic was like just putting it into a vacuum because we weren't able to go around the world and tour it and meet, people like yourself and fans at shows and now we're able to put out music and support it and create a story from one song to the next. And so yeah, there is a project. It's really good and I'm really excited about it.
It's interesting that you talk about putting music out through the pandemic as a vacuum because your music popped off in the pandemic. This city went viral in like 2020, I think it was. I can't time a concept to me. A concept can't even grasp it.
A social
Um,
concept.
a special concept, but like it wasn't just vacuumed up. People grasped onto it for you, and then now to have the story kind of unfold. He's not just an overnight success. He's big and rising and grinding since he was, moved to Berkeley straight out of high school. Like, come on. Like,
Oh
I
no,
feel like
totally.
you've got to pay. Like, there must at least be a special place in your heart for those people that were listening through the pandemic, and then to be able
Of
to now
course.
also have the chance to meet them and see that impact face to face would be huge.
Of course, absolutely. And like was blown away with everything we were able to do during the pandemic. And I guess I mean like putting out the thing is this city for me is like a 5-year-old song now. And I put it out originally in January 2018. And it spent a year and a half out in the world before people found it. And so it's had this like long life. Um, so to me, it wasn't like, here's a song world, and then they picked it up during the pandemic. It was like people gradually found it. And so I had this amazing life. And I guess what I mean, and I'm so grateful for that. So I guess what I mean when I say putting out a vacuum is putting out like new songs
Mm.
and uh
You don't have that physical feedback.
yeah, really, it's just not being able to tour it, and such an amazing gauge for whether a new song is good or not is playing it live before it comes out, um, and seeing your fans' reaction. And it's a little different when like this. It's so different to be like, "Hey guys, what do you think of this?" on TikTok and play like a little snippet of it because what? Like it's like the difference between having an argument with someone on text and having an argument with someone face to face. You know what I
True.
mean? You can
Yeah.
think through everything you want to say, as opposed to things that just come off the cuff. And when you're in front of people and you're playing your new songs, you can see if they're like, get back to the old one,
Yeah. Okay.
or like going off. So I'm really grateful for everything that happened during the
Yeah.
pandemic. It obviously like gave me my career and it was sick. But I'm very stoked that I like finally get to travel around with a new song. It's really cool.
And we are stoked that it's been announced you're supporting Mimi Webb on her tour to Australia, which means you're coming back.
Come
A
on.
bunch of questions here.
Yeah.
So you did just mention that, when you play a live show, it's nice to pop in a few new songs. Is that going to be the case for these sets? Will you be sprinkling a few little Easter eggs?
Could be.
I'm really just
Yeah.
considering this right now, but maybe.
Well, so I just got off tour. I was supporting Ash around the UK and Europe,
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right. True.
it was sick. And All My Loving was the new song.
Yeah.
So now that All My Loving's out, by September, who knows? Maybe there'll be another new song in the set. Um, but it's yeah, like yeah, of course, why not? I mean, these shows are gonna be so sick. They're my first
Mm-hmm.
shows in Australia.
Ever.
Uh, like I left when I was 18
Yeah.
and I was crap before I was I like wasn't a good artist before I left Australia. And so now I finally get to come back and I get to play these shows and the live show is banging. Um and so I'm really excited we like have built such a cool like just such a cool set and I'm so excited too with Mimi. She's the homie. She is such a ball of energy and like her live show is great. I think it's gonna be sick. I'm so excited. Are you gonna be there?
I'm obviously going to be there. Yes. I'm
Yeah,
so excited.
good. Good, 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 good.
When was the last time you were back in Australia?
December 2019.
Jeez. Yeah, it has been a
Dude,
while.
it's been a while. I
What do
mean,
you miss the most other than your friends and family, obviously?
the people.
Yeah,
Like
but
I'm
like that's what I just said. Oh, besides
I
the
know you
people,
just said
come
that.
on,
No, I
Sam.
mean, okay, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I miss Fat Boy Thai in Newtown on King Street. I miss the Rose, my like local pub. I well, like I miss. I just like I know it's like so cliche, but like I miss Australia. Like everyone is so Australians are just different when we're home. And it's one thing to like run into Australians in the US and the UK and Europe, but it's another when we're like at home in our environment and just like, I don't know, there's it's just a different energy. And I've been missing that for 3 years. And yeah, and also like I'm just excited to come back and uh I don't know, like Australia's been so good to me. From a like artist standpoint. So it would just be cool to like finally be back on home turf and like meet the people who like supported everything.
That does sound really lovely, and we're super
You
excited
know?
to embrace you too. You're giving us all of your loving. You'll feel all of our loving to bring it
It's
back to the song. It'll be great.
well done. That should be my job, but you've done that very well.
Hey, I'm also here for it. So it's also my job. I'm conscious we don't have a lot of time left together. But I'm curious about that decision when you were really young to just bounce straight over to the States and cut your teeth there rather than like, a lot of people would be like, build success locally, then transfer across. Whereas you've gone just been like, I'm just see you. I don't have room for this space. I'm going over there. Not that you don't have room for it, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I
It's
so when I
bold.
left, I appreciate that. When I left Australia, it was not for music reasons. It
Hmm.
was personal and family reasons, and I kind of felt like if I leave, things will get better. And obviously they didn't get better and everything fell apart. But it allowed me to kind of just like become myself a bit more. Uh, Music was always the passion and the dream, and my plan was to go to audition for Berkeley and see if I can get in there and figure it out from there. And I was, I basically bought a ticket and went to Boston, auditioned, and then I came to the UK and I was here for a year. And then at the end of that year, and I got here, and literally like 3 weeks after I got here, whole like life family fell apart. And
Mm.
so, but I was literally too poor to fly back to Australia. And my mum was like, do not come back here. You will resent me if you come back here. I want you to have such a good year, find yourself, discover what your passion is and your love for life is. And, let's just take it day by day. And I was like, okay. So, um, yeah, it was like a really interesting first year away. This was in 2010. And then I went home for like 6 months to try and, I don't know, just like make sure everyone was okay. And again, my mom was like, you have to go to the US, stop deferring your enrollment. You like, if you stay here, you're just going to resent the family and you just need to go. So I was like, okay. So I went, and a decade later, I'm just happy that things are working out. And now when I come back to Australia, um, it's an interesting time for me. Like it's gonna be, this time coming back will be so different because of everything that's happened since I've been gone since 2019. But it's just, yeah. So it was bold to leave just because I kind of gave everyone in my life like 2 weeks notice that I was leaving, and now I've been
Yeah,
gone
right.
for 12 years. But the original departure was not for music. It was just
Interesting.
like, yeah.
We talked earlier about that push and pull in your music. I feel like that's very, ingrained in your full
Yeah,
call.
totally. Like I said,
Mm.
like everything when I write does come from a personal place,
Yeah.
even when it's like, up tempos that I just want people to dance to. Yeah, it all comes from a real place, and uh yeah, it's just been cool to kind of like develop and like honestly rebuild my relationship with home, because I love Australia. Australia is the best country in the world. It just, I don't know, things get messed up, and certain places mean different things, and now I'm excited to like have this new relationship with home.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah.
Well, I'm excited to witness your Aussie Renaissance. It's going to be a
Me
great time. We're going to embrace, and it's going to be
on.
beautiful.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be so
Thank you
good.
so much, Sam, and thank you for your vulnerability, I guess.
Oh my God, always, always. I'm an open book. I probably said things I shouldn't have, but that's all right. I appreciate you, Tim. Thanks for taking the time.